differentiate with respect to x. So the term given is the square root of 2 plus root x. So obviously it will be easier if we apply the chain rule, or probably it's the only way to do it is to apply the chain rule. So we are going to assume, first of all, this entire term, we can say that it's equal to f. So if f was the square root of 2 plus root x, and then we can say that u equals 2 plus root x. Okay, so then our differentiation, what we have to differentiate with respect to x, we have to differentiate df out of dx. That's what we have to do. So we can write that df out of dx equals df out of du, because then therefore f is square root of u. So df out of du and times du out of dx. So df out of dx, we can write it as next equals df upon du. So df on du, if I can write it here. So if I write applying chain rule, so that's the basis, or that's the method I'm applying. So if I write df out of du is u to the power half, so then I can write half u to the power half minus 1, and that is half u to the power minus half. So I can write it here, df by du is half u to the power minus half times du out of dx. So here we have got u is here, so I can write du out of dx is the differentiation of 2 is a constant, so 0. So it would be x to the power half, half x to the power minus half, half minus 1, that's minus half. So I can write it as times du out of dx is half x to the power minus half, and that will give me 1 out of 4 times u to the power minus half times x to the power minus half. That is 1 out of 4 times, and extend the denominator, put them all in the denominator, and I'm going to get u to the power minus half is, u is 2 plus root x, so that would be square root of 2 plus root x, and then x to the power half, that is root x. So that is one solution. So that is a solution. So that is the answer. Okay, so 1 out of 4. But you know, we want to go further because you know, we know a bit more maths, so we can go further. We can rationalize, take off these square roots in the denominator. So we can write, so if I write it up, yes, I can write that is equal to 1 out of 4. Then I can multiply it out, you know, the x with this. So it would be all in the square root. So I write it as x times 2 plus root x. And that is equal to 1 out of 4 square root 2x plus x root x. So I have to remove this square root first. You know, this one. I have to remove the square root first, and when I do that, So not that way. So when I do that, I can get this equals 1. I can multiply it, the denominator and the numerator, by the square root of 2x plus x root x divided by 4 times 2x plus x root x multiplied by, once again, 2x plus x root x, and that would be equal to the square root of 2x plus x root x, and then divided by 4 times, the square root goes away, 2x plus x root x. So we can go a bit further. Now that's another solution. So we can say that that's another solution. But we know a bit more maths, so we can go one step further. So what is it we are going to do? So we can do then, what we can do is we can write it as multiply numerator and denominator by, again, 2x minus x root x. So we are rationalizing the denominator. So I'm going to write 2x plus x root x, and then I can say the 4 remains where it is in the denominator. So I can say 2x minus x root x, and again divided by 4 times 2x plus x root x times 2x minus x root x. So then what we get is 2x minus x root x times square root of 2x plus x root x, and the whole thing divided by, I don't want to cancel anything out, divided by 4 times, now the square, 2x 4x square minus x times x, x square times x, so that's x cube. So you can take x outside bracket and do that. Or else, this is a good enough answer. So 2x minus x root x times square root of 2x plus x root x divided by 4 times 4x square minus x cube. So if we say this is our final answer for the differentiation of square root of 2 plus root x